This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a quick strategic webinar. I called it critical. Hey, I don't know how critical it is, but I think it's important given the fact that the big cap text came out guns blazing. All right. Welcome. It's 9:22 p.m. on July 30th, 2020. The last day of the month is tomorrow. Yeah, Friday. Wow, how prophetic. Full disclosure, this is purely for financial education, not for any solicitation or advice. Welcome. We have great people here. We have Matt, Mike, More Profits, Paul, Ricardo, aka Bolsonaro. I'm just kidding. Rob, Simon, and Vinod. Vinod, nice to see you here. Vinod, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, Frank.
Absolutely. Vinod could be running Google right now, you know?
Nice.
And nice to see you, Vinod. Okay, nice to see you. Okay, so let's get straight into the heart of what's going on. In my opinion, the markets are going higher. Look at this chart. It's a matrix. It is not a straight line up, not a straight line down, but it's following the technicals. Every single, and this is what amazes me, and I'm not looking at myself, you know, tapping my chest or my shoulders and saying, wow, you're such a great guy. I'm not a great guy, okay? I just try to follow the discipline of this charts that I structure. And look what happened. Just look. Look at the points of inflection points that I put out there. Remember, these lines are not drawn by the computer. A naked chart is just bunch of things, bunch of candles moving around. It's all the lines, the Fibonacci retracements, the Fib 50, and all that stuff that I draw. So let's do this. I said this is, and again, this comes from experience. All right? This comes from looking at the VIX, understanding what's happening outside in the markets. Look, we were down 570 points or something today. And we had so many winners, and I'm going to show every one of them today. So you guys all frigging wake up and smell the coffee. All right? I had a great day today. Right off the morning. I'm like selling the options. I want to sell the options right at the higher price. They're taking it. They're taking it. And while the markets were down 500 points, while the markets were down 500 points, I'll say it again, while the markets were down 500 points, every one of my, other than two, every one of my earnings ER trades, and I bought small amounts. But what is a small amount? You buy 2 contracts, 1 contract, it goes from 3 to 15. Is that something to just sneeze away? I'm grateful for every dollar that I make. Maybe some of you guys are not. And I had multiple winners, and I put it out there on the Twitter feed. Did you guys look at it? Did you guys look at it? Or did you guys not look at it because you were so sad because you were not in those trades?
Nope, I looked.
Good. And I'm going to show it to you guys and shove your nose in that fact because many of you were not in it. All you could do, just put a couple of $100. TDOC, Genrec. What is Genrec? Does anyone know? What did I pick Genrec? Pick Genrec.
They make emergency generators.
Thank you very much, my good friend Mike Harrington. And everybody needs emergency generators, especially in a COVID-19 situation. Blink, forget about it. That stock is going to 30, 40, 50 or more. And if Tesla buys them, 60. And I've been asking you guys to buy it for weeks and weeks. Yes or no?
Yes, Mike.
Yes.
The calls went
Yeah.
up 450%. 450% and more on the ones for the 7.5 calls. So sit there and pick your nose and say, oh, maybe next time. Well, the good news is there is a next time because the stock's going higher. PayPal, nice move, $8. Great. Corvo. Nobody knows about Corvo. They think it's some sort of like nice drink from Brazil. Okay? It is the ultimate software management company for Apple and many other companies. O'Reilly, I will apologize for that. I didn't put that out. Was up $80. My calls went from 4 to 17. Okay, I apologize. OSTK went nuts. The calls went from 3 to 9, like something like 12. And I gave you guys all that. UCTT, Ultra Clean. What is that? Some sort of your maid service? No. You could have bought one call at $1.60 and sold it at $5. Qualcomm, unbelievable. Another 300% winner. Square went up $3. Cars went up $2. Bud went up $2. Sorrento, pharmaceuticals, which is not a earnings play, but a swing play, went up. AMD went up. Documentum, of course, went up. I call it Documentum, DocuSign. So what the hell's going on, guys? All right. And most importantly, this happened. The markets, I woke up, and I always like my eyes open up around like 5:30, whatever. And my cats and dogs are kind of hungry sometimes. They're like licking my face, like, wake up, you lazy bum. Like, what? And I saw futures down like 30. I'm like, what? I'm toast. Then I looked at all my things. iPhones, not Samsungs, all right? Not Samsung. I'm dead serious. Any of you guys have Samsung stuff, I will honestly, if you tell me you have a Samsung, I will honestly, at some point, fire you from my service. I'm not kidding. What's so great about a Samsung? Yeah, they have beautiful screens, this and that. Samsung supplies the screens for Apple. Why didn't you get an iPhone? For a change. End of story. Do you think I'm kidding? I'm dead serious. Support America. Stop supporting Korea. Okay? Stop supporting Korea. Support America. People say, oh, they make their iPhones in China. Who the fuck gives a thing? The money comes here. So I'm not going to even ask if any of you have Samsungs or Samdungs, as I call it. And I'm not a kid. I'm half a century over with my age, okay? So dump your Samdungs and get an iPhone. Get an iPhone 10, get an iPhone 11, get the iPhone 5G phones that are coming out, and support America. Tim Cook is building manufacturing facilities here so that he can bring back the jobs, the basic jobs from China, except most Americans are so stupid and lazy, they don't want to work assembling phones. But he's trying to do it.
How about that stock split?
Let me be the boss to tell you that, okay? Do you have an iPhone or a Samsung?
BlackBerry.
Well, fuck you. I'm sorry. BlackBerry.
My wife has an iPhone.
That is so stupid. I have every BlackBerry from a couple of years ago because I was a BlackBerry nut. Now you might. Who's that?
Android.
Is that Paul who's saying BlackBerry? Of course.
Yeah, it's running Android.
1 second. Paul is Canadian, so he said BlackBerry. BlackBerry's guy's name was Jim Lazaridis from Waterloo, Canada. He's best friends with my brother-in-law. Okay? Jim Lazaridis was the son of a GM worker, a Greek immigrant in Canada who with the Bill Gates of Canada. Great phones. But why the fuck are you using a BlackBerry in a world where BlackBerry doesn't make any apps or nobody writes an app for BlackBerry?
It's running Android and it's got a great keyboard. Works great.
Oh, that's great. Okay, fine.
But
Maybe
I love Apple. I love Apple
okay.
though.
Listen, I know you're the big Apple supporter. I'm pissing on my friend Paul. Okay, he's Canadian, so I'll give him a break. BlackBerry, yeah, great. I have the last BlackBerry with the big screens and stuff. My wife says, "Hey, what are you doing with all the BlackBerries sitting in your drawers?" I said, "Honey, I want to put them down on a little wall so my son can see what those old dinosaur phones were. Give me a break. Get an iPhone." You and my brother-in-law from Waterloo are the same crap. They're still using BlackBerries.
Love the
Which are
keyboard.
by the way, the ultimate phones, by the way, just so you guys know, they are the ultimate secure emails and beautiful. But enough of that, Paul. All right? Dump your
Wouldn't touch the rock.
BlackBerry
Wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole.
and get an iPhone. All right, let's move on. All right, fun stuff is over. So I said, listen, we should hit the bottom, which is 31.90. I had to run around in the afternoon, some stuff going on, family stuff, So anyway, I look back, I'm like, wow, it turned. Now, how accurate can somebody be with their charts? One of my guys, friends and trader, who plays only the SPY on the SPX, said, "Frank, thank you so much. I just traded this baby from the bottom to 32.37. I can show you his post. I'll post it. And that is money. All right? And look what's going on right now. Futures are up 16. And it is hitting exactly my level. Now, do I make these things up? These charts are there. Are you guys seeing what I'm talking?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. And I am going to actually futures account, my E-mini account, and I'm going to be trading like probably half the night. But then you guys won't see me during the day because I'll be too sleepy. So look at this. So what is the probability when you have a move like this that we at least do the pattern completion like Ed mentioned at 32.84, which is just around the corner? What is the probability when you have this kind of momentum?
Very high.
Very high, exactly. A body in motion remains in motion, right? That's rule number 1 in physics, Newton's law of motion, right? A body at rest stays at rest. It's called inertia, right?
Yeah.
We have
Right.
momentum, guys. We have momentum. But this is not that big a move from 32.64, 32.24 is like 24 points, give or take, like convert it to 7, like 140 points. 140 points on the Dow. And then what's going to happen? They're going to slam. They're going to be sell programs here. Everything is algorithmic. Everything is machines. Everything is black box designed by Americans, Indians, Chinese, and the great minds that run our tech company. Canadians, of course. Okay? All algorithmic. Excuse me if I didn't mention some other cultural communities, but they don't really matter. I'm mentioning the ones who really dominate the tech industry. All right? So that's what's going to happen. But what amazes me, and I do have to say it, is the charts that I draw so you can manage your trades are so frigging right. Like, it just like blows my mind. I drew this line and like, okay, like, wow, like, Fibonacci 50. Lots of cluster here. Watch what happened here. Couple of hours. Guys have to learn. All of you have to learn. All of you are very smart. Some of you are stubborn. There is a cluster. So what happens at the Fib 50? The blue big dotted line. Lots of like chop. And then, boom. Nothing is wrong with what the Fed chairman said. Everything that I said, he was going to be dovish. He was going to be very friendly to the U.S. economy. Came right. And then comes the big cap thing, which Paul will take a couple of minutes to explain because he's a big believer in the big cap techs. Even when I was a little bit like cautious, he always said, they're going higher, they're going higher, they're going higher. Yes or no, Paul?
They're still going higher.
Exactly. And I'm going to give you this date, so relax. So, all right. So this is a beautiful bull flag. Yes or no, guys? This is what a bull flag looks like. It's like a raging horse. This is what a bull flag looks like. This is a bull flag. Yes or no? Looks same?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say, guys. Wake up and smell the coffee. I know it's a learning process. Of course, it was a learning process for me for many years. The reason I can talk with so much confidence is because I've gone through it. I've literally gone through it all. All right? And many of you haven't. Or you have, but you never realized the technical aspect of the market. One of my friends, he's a CFO of an investment bank in Manhattan, smaller one, but they manage billions of dollars, has no frigging clue how the market works. And when I talk about technicals, he used to say, yawn. I met him like when I was walking my dogs. And then he is just like any other gambler. Oh, wow, Frank, you told me to buy Blink at 6. Now it's almost at 15. Wow. And he's a CFO, Chief Financial Officer of a small investment bank, and a good one in New York. So you tell me if the world is stupid. They have no idea how technicals work in the market. So I sent him a chart of the S&P, and he's like, oh, wow, that looks cool. I'm like, okay, very cool. All right, so I'm cool. All right, so I just want to explain to you why the big money means shit. Just the way I said in my last webinar, when I talked to one of my neighbors who's a financial advisor, and he said my big clients, and they're like big clients, 6 figures, 7 figures, they don't even sometimes understand the difference between a stock or a bond. Make America smart again. Actually, don't make them too smart, because then the rest of the financial advisors won't make any money. All right? So I'm teaching you stuff which is hardcore. And many of you are getting it. Some of you might be slow in getting it. All right. So let's look at this. ES Daily. So what's going on here? I told you guys, very simple. Keep it simple, stupid. All right? The KISS principle. One second, guys. And tell me if some of you are not getting it, what I'm saying, because I'm keeping this really simple tonight, guys. The stochastics are turning. What the heck more do you need to know? It didn't crash down like this. It is actually turning. So your Goldman Sachs broker, if you have one, or JP Morgan or Morgan Stanley, will never understand these charts, because they're all like either too bearish or completely too fucking stupid to understand The technicals would drive the market. So it's going higher. Is it a guarantee it's going to go all the way up here? I don't know. But all I know, the markets want at least 3,300. And given tonight's performance from our greatest companies, I believe it will happen. Are you guys with me, or are you guys kind of lost?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's good, man. That's
Easy
good.
peasy.
Very
Yeah,
excited.
if it was that easy peasy, you'd be making 20,000 a week. Are you making 20,000 a week?
How do you know?
I don't know. But if you are, then you should freaking put out a testimonial on my service saying I'm making 20,000 a week. That's the least you can do, right?
Roger that.
Exactly. I'm a hardcore guy, man. You know, never bullshit me. I'm a New Yorker. So yes, you might be making a lot of money, which I want you to. That's why you're with my service. But if you do well, any of you do well, well, give us your shout out because we're helping you. If I walked away from the markets, I'm sure you're going to be the guy who will be doing fine, but you guys will never know when to really slice in and buy and what stocks to buy. I can guarantee you that. So if you do well, have the decency to give us a shout out, get us some referrals. Don't say, how do you know? Am I right or wrong?
Right.
Exactly. Absolutely, I'm right. Because I'm a courteous guy. And members, I don't want them to be courteous or whatever. Most members, ungrateful bums. They make a little money. Oh, the stock didn't work. And then it works like 2 days later. I don't give a flying fuck. But if you do well, you have the obligation, in a nice way, to give us a shout out on stock tweets like Paul does. Or give us a shout out on the website as a minor testimonial. I'm not a charity beggar for your things, but I'm being straightforward, man. All right? It's called decency. Do it. Get us some referrals. Do something to help our community grow. End of story. Okay. So bottom line is this is the range that we are trading in right now. I believe that given what we see, this range will, this rising wedge, given what is happening, this rising wedge will break out. How you guys are positioned, that's your problem, not mine. I believe this is, the markets are going to 3,400, at least 3,300, because that's what it looks like based on the internals, based on the rising wedge. And once it hits these levels, then it's going to have that 600-point pullback, which we just had last week. So buy SPY calls, do something, use your brain, like whatever, and buy my killer alerts. Let's move into stocks. And by the way, guys, I'm sorry if somebody gets butthurt because I'm really direct and I'm really straightforward. I'm sorry. Because as a trader, let me tell you one thing, straight out, have a very thick skin. Never personalize your losses. When a trader talks to a trader on a trading floor, like what we do, don't feel like, oh, he was a little bit too hard on me. This is not a game for sissies. This is a game for real gals and real guys who have a thick skin. Do you guys understand that? Yes or no?
Yep.
Yes, I do.
Exactly. So if somebody says, oh, he was so rude. I had these a woman who used to trade, and they were smart. And they said, Frank, you're too rude with people. I'm rude with people? I'm trying to fucking wake people up so they can wake up and smell the coffee to what the real market is all about. So what happens? After 6, 7, 8 months, they leave. Said goodbye, bye-bye, bye-bye. See you later. Okay? So don't feel butthurt if I get into your face because you make a stupid comment. And I make stupid comments sometimes, so get into my face. That's the way it goes. And if you make money, give us a shout out. That's the least you can do. Either on Twitter, direct message, or on stock twits, or on the website on the thing. And if you don't, what, am I going to hold you responsible? Of course not. But I'm going to think you're a jerk. Okay? End of story. So let's move on. Somebody's like, oh, Frank's like a real idiot. Yeah, I am. I got yelled by my wife and by a good friend of mine over the last 48 hours for nothing. And I thought to myself, what did I do wrong? Nothing. Do you think I care about if somebody tells me I'm a jerk? I want to be a jerk. I want to be the richest jerk in the world. Okay. Blink. Blink. Are you guys blinking? Are you guys blinking? Who's blinking?
I'm
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Just anybody who's not blinking, just keep blinking, baby. All right? The stock's going a lot higher. The real move has just started. I told you, look at the volumes. One day, the stock was down from 7 to 489. I said, buy, buy, buy. Look, there's certain small caps I'm heavy on. I don't care if you guys are like or not. Do your own due diligence. You have a computer. You live in America, not in Congo. I won't say Bangladesh because they have one of the fastest internets in the world, or India, which has one of the fastest 5Gs in the world. Okay? But like some other frigging country, like Haiti, maybe. I don't know what I mean. Somebody's like, oh, why is he picking on Haiti? But you guys can check this. You can show news. Like, what's going on? Come on. Wake up. At least I directed you to the stock. Yes, the stock might go down $3, which it did. Every internal is fine. Volume is huge. This was on, what date was this? Can somebody tell me? Quick. You guys know how to read dates, right? Look at the bottom.
13th.
7/13.
Thank you very much. It's called July 13th. All right? So, July 13th. How many days ago was that? How many
17.
days?
16.
Yeah, how many trading days was it? I know Matt's going to answer the right question as always. How many trading days is 17 calendar days? We don't trade through Saturday or Sunday. So how many trading days was 17 days?
13.
Okay, thank you, my friend, for enlightening everybody who can't really calculate trading days and calendar days. All right? Somebody's like, oh, he's so insulting. Yes, I'm a really rude bum. All right. So that week, this is a weekly chart. That week, the stock went from 715 down to 5. Like, oh my God, it's all over. It was a fucking hammer reversal. And the next one was a doji. One second, guys. I really have to highlight this because I really have to. And the next one, this is the daily chart. I was looking at the weekly chart. Hold on one second. So the next week was a doji. It's a green doji. Get the discipline of buying a green doji. Move your fingers like green doji. Bruce Lee. Okay, Bruce Lee. All right, wake up. But always buy a green doji. As long as the body of the hammer reversal is not broken. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? This is how you make FU money. Not the stupid, oh, I heard it on the news. Oh, the stock is going higher. Boo, 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 boo. Chase like a lemming. This is how you make FU money. Are you guys with me, little boys?
Yes, sir.
All the way.
Yes. Good. When you get a green doji next to a red hammer, does this look like a hammer? Does
Absolutely.
this look like a hammer?
3 pound.
Have you guys
Yeah.
ever held a hammer, or are you guys all trust fund kids who had never really hammered a nail on the wall? You know what a hammer looks like?
Sledgehammer.
Love you, man. You're great.
Fuck the sledgehammer. Have you guys ever held a real hammer?
All the time, dude.
Thank you very much. So you know what it looks like. So this is a real hammer, even though it's red. A long tail hammer. I called it a Chinese firecracker. Okay? And the next week, this is week, not like days. This is how you read patterns. This is how you make the FU money, guys. Somebody asked me, why do you run a service? Because you do so well and stuff, you know? And that guy is a very wealthy guy. I said, because I love what I do and I love the interaction with my people. I'd like to have 1,000, 2,000 members. And he goes, you're going to stop trading when you have like 2,000 members? I said, of course not. I'm going to be trading till God takes my last breath away because it's in my blood. What is more enjoyable than using your brains and making money? Nothing. Brains, money. Brains, losing some, making a lot of money. It is the most beautiful business in the world. People say work hard. No. Work smart and then work hard. A laborer works hard picking bricks on construction stuff and he makes 15 bucks an hour. A guy designs a software program, works smart, makes 150 bucks an hour. Make America smart again. Okay? It's all about brains. Okay, enough of that. So I want you guys to like recalibrate. One of my best traders, I won't name names, is very distraught right now. I talked to him, he's like, hi, what's going on, you know? I said, dude, I need to recalibrate your brain. So I got to do an Oprah, I got to do a Dr. Phil on him this weekend, maybe. Now I'm dead serious. I got to do an intervention because I don't want him to just like weasel away because he's smart, he's got money, he's a baller, he's got beautiful houses, he's got beautiful cars, but he sounds like, hey Frank, I said, how was your day? It's okay. Like, oh shit. Okay.
Maybe his wife yelled at him.
My wife yelled at me. So wife yelling is nothing. That's part of being married. All right. Or at least married for more than 10 years. I've been married for 21 years. That's standard procedure. It's not wife yelling. It's called losing money because you're not managing your possessions.
Amen.
Exactly. Wife yelling, it's called a compromise. You got to love who you have. They take care of your children. They're good people. All right? And then once in a while, they might actually like you a little bit. I'm just kidding. All right. So let's
Hey now.
yeah. And then when you're looking at that girl on that gas station. All right. So next thing is, it's a beautiful hammer. Next is a doji. And boom. This is the most bullish pattern I've seen in a long time. I'm going to do a little thing on my desk. This is serious shit. The stock is seriously getting bought big time. I don't know by who, but I know this is a pattern that I like a lot. Yes, it can pull back to 10. Yes, it can pull back to 11. Yes, it went to 15, like I said, and then pulled back to 12.49. Where do you fall back to? Actually, let me see. That's the weekly doesn't show you the real-time chart. Hold up. $12.44. Okay. So basically, what I'm saying is buy the crap out of this crap as long as this candle on the daily. I'm going to show you a bunch of charts. As long as somebody might say, wow, that was a somebody who's a little bit technical say, hey, that's a inverse, that's a reversal hammer or a spinning top or a naked bar. It's almost like sounds like a strip club in upstate New York. No, it is a green body still being bought big. Look at the volume. Look at the volume. 44 million shares. Hello. It's hopefully not all Robinhood traders. It looks pretty good. And I expect the stock, maybe it comes down to 10. As long as the stock does not violate 850, which I don't want it to go down there, obviously, or violate 1008, we are going to be A-okay. This is a beautiful, that's a daily. What's a monthly? Holy shit. That's like, I can be rude on these webinars, so, you know. Can I be Howard Stern on these webinars? I'm just kidding. Look at the volume on the monthly. Wow. Hello. It's like when you met your first boyfriend, girlfriend, like, I don't know, whoever. Okay? Excitement. Excitement. Look at that. This is thick. This is the first time I'm looking at a monthly chart on Blink, by the way. Blink charging. 256 million shares. Is that you or me? You and me doing that? Can somebody tell me?
No way.
Yes.
I'm sure. Yes, what? That's you and me?
We're all part of it.
256 million? That's bullshit.
No, we're part of it. We got
Wait, no, we're not part of nothing. How many shares do you own?
Doesn't it take like 16 million to move it to a penny?
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. How many shares do you own? Or approximately. Do I own like 20,000 shares? No. Do I own a couple of thousand shares? Yes. We don't move 256 million shares, my friend. It's big hedge funds and institutions. So get off the high horse thinking that we move that kind of money. All right? That's serious. So, I mean, I'm being straightforward. This is real big FU money going in there from hedge funds, institutions, maybe some mutual funds, and you'll find it on the next quarterly report and some, what's it called, Paul? 8K filings, right? With the SEC, and you find out who the big holders are. We can find out right now. Give me, guys, give me like literally 30 seconds. I'll be back. And the next one, so Blink, I'm hot on it. All right, next one. I'm showing you some small caps quickly before Paul takes over and explains all about the big caps, which I'm long nicely. And Paul, good luck on FB. Like, wow, up 17. I just have like some shares and a few calls. And Paul is not going to be very nice to people who didn't buy Facebook, right?
I'm always nice.
I know you are. You're Canadian. You guys are always nice.
Yeah.
So please take a good look at this. And the pattern is, wow, I didn't realize Facebook was up 17 after hours. No shit, man. Okay. Come on. I'm trying to put this thing through. This stock was literally like, was it 100? I have no idea. I'm just trying to set this on my screen and it keeps on running away from me. Hold on. Okay, 30 seconds. Same pattern. It's a red a sell candle and a red volume, but within the body of this massive bullish candle. Give me 30 seconds, guys. I gotta get the dogs in. Hold on.
Oi, amiga. Caiu.
Okay, I'm back. Put my glasses on. You guys there?
Yep.
Okay. So when somebody looks at the daily chart, they're like, oh, the stock's going nowhere. So let me show you where the stock went. Told you guys to buy it right here. Told you guys to buy it right here. Told you guys to buy it right here. And the stock went to 735. That's a big move. That's a big move. Then the stock came down and went up. And then now it's here. Buy it. They just shipped their COVID-19 kits today, yesterday. Okay? So small caps that no one talks about. And then Kramer's going to bring the CEO on and he's going to be like, oh, what are you guys doing? You know how Kramer does it, right? And he's going to give a nice pitch and the stock's going to go nuts. So from a technical standpoint, that's what I look at. I am looking at the stock to fill the gap at $10.88, call it 11. Would you guys be happy if you bought something at 6 and it went to 11?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
thank you. So be
Did.
in there. So be in there. Common shares. You can sell it after hours. You can sell it pre-market if it spikes. I do that all the time. I wake up at 5, then I go to sleep, and then I take my dogs for a walk, and then I come back. I'm like, by 8 o'clock, I can sell anything that is spiking. Anything that's spiking higher. If I have 100 shares, if I have 1,000 shares, I can click, put in a limit order, put EXT, external, and sell. You guys can do that. It's America. It's a free market capitalism. So that's good. All right, next one that I'm very hot on because I did some real homework on it. WIMI. So this chart looks like, oh my God, it's like going down like nothing. Okay. I told you guys at one point to buy it around 7, 8. The stock went to 38. Pre-market, you could have sold it. 7 to 38. That's 500%. 500%. So you've had 100 shares, you sell it for 500, 1,000 shares, you sell it for 5,000 if you have 1,000 shares. Okay? And now it's here. And why is WIMI so hot? Because they have the ultimate 5G holographic face recognition, everything. It's an ADR. WIMI hologram, cloud, all the right words. It's an ADR. It's a European company. So I expect the stock to go up to 12. Would you be happy if I gave you a stock at 7 that you can buy all day long, and then it goes to 11 or 12? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Yes is the word. And all the technicals are right. Watch. Beautiful. Oversold. Very nice. Fast stochastics. Very nice. Slow stochastics. Very nice. It's like a girl or a guy, whatever position you are, you want to date. All right? So, good. Next one. Before I hand over the time to my good friend Paul. Sorrento Therapeutics, run by a very smart Chinese gentleman, US company. That is a good looking chart. Look at that bullish candle today. Told you guys to buy it. Hopefully some of you did. The stock, in my opinion, will at least go to 10. And then on the weekly, if you really want to be a patient holder, the stock will go to 1067. And if it blows above that, see you later. But this is a bullish chart all through and through. Look at the internals. Now, I know we didn't have enough volume. That I'd like to see. Nice. McLaren oscillator is kind of mixed. Fast stochastics, very nice. Surging.
Yeah.
Slow stochastics, very nice. So where can it go? So let me just show you. Just giving you money in your pocket as long as you guys do what needs to be done. Lines drawn, 858, 407. Somebody tell me what the depth of this channel is between 407 and 858. What is the depth? please? Somebody who knows a little bit of numbers, like Vinod, say it.
4.5.
4.3, right?
Yeah.
4.3.
For
You're not fully correct, are you?
no.
Okay. So it's more like
4.51.
50, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So 450. Add 450 to the top of this range. What does that become? What's 855 plus 450?
1305.
Thank you very much. Meet me at $13, all right? Meet me there. Heavy duty stuff. COVID-19, all kinds of good stuff. Because COVID's not going away. Okay, great. The only reason why the stock will completely collapse is all of a sudden the virus disappears. It is not disappearing. Regardless of what Trump says, regardless of what whoever says. Okay? Just the way Herman King, great Republican ex-congressman, died today. So sad for on COVID-19. All right? So, these are small caps. Now, Paul, let's talk about the big cap stocks that we play. AMD. Told you guys on the last webinar, where is AMD going, guys? Where is AMD going, guys?
100. Nice even number.
320.
90. Easy peasy. Now, things will happen along the way, but these are called two marching soldiers. These are called two marching soldiers. It is going to 90 at least before it hits a roadblock. Two major bullish candles. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yep,
Yes.
major.
Major. So in that case, why aren't you guys in it? Exactly. All right. Gotta be in it to win it. Don't just say major. Put your money where your mouth is. 90. Paul, you want to talk
Yes.
about Facebook? Please tell us. Where is
Well, today-
Facebook going? And this is a weekly chart. It's not showing where Facebook is right now. I'm looking at my other screens. Wow, 249. So it is basically exactly where I drew the lines. It is right here right now, 249. Holy shit, Paul! It's exactly where I said it was going to, go to 249.34, right?
Yeah.
And do you think it's got more room to move? Please take over the stage.
Well, I haven't even looked at your chart in a long time, but I agree exactly with where your top line is, like just around that 280 level is where it's going.
Wow. And what kind of time frame do you think it's going to go to 280?
I'm very confident that I'll be able to get that by my expiration of September calls that I'm holding.
Love it, man. That's a trader talking. I love it. I want to get excited by people who are that bullish on certain companies that they have made a lot of money on previously too, right?
I've been writing the September calls since March.
Are you guys listening? Do you guys have any
Yes.
question for Paul?
Congratulations, Paul. That's awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, thanks. It got a little bit scary there, that
And
that
by
dip
the
we
way,
had.
by the way, just so I know, because I'm in the business of smacking, I'm a tough coach. Stop congratulating other people when you're not in it. All right? Get in the game. So Paul, please continue.
Well, after today's big earnings beats, it felt like a historic rocket launch. And of course, they also sent a spaceship to Mars as well.
Now,
But it's a rocket launch in more ways than one today.
Can I ask you a question? Because I
Sure.
am not, because I didn't even look at what their earnings were, whatever.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of shares that I'm going to enjoy as it's moving. And I do have a few calls. So my question is, why did they move up like that?
Well, they absolutely crushed the earnings.
Wow.
They I got the numbers right here. Actually, they
Tell us.
yeah. There's Amazon's. Let me just find Facebook again. I just had it
Sure.
here. So okay, that's not it. Okay. Yeah. So they were expecting earnings per share was expected at 1.39 earnings per share.
Yes.
They crushed it at 1.80.
Wow.
They were expected to have revenue.
And where is
Yeah,
their big revenues coming from? Their advertising
yeah, they're
businesses.
yeah. Despite all the boycotts and despite the
Yeah. All the
the
political
fear,
stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
also the fear that everyone's going to cancel the advertising budgets because they have no money. But
Right.
their ad revenue, they said on the conference call, their ad revenue was actually up 10% from this
So
time last year.
despite the facts that so many big companies boycotted Facebook because of political
Yeah.
reasons and stuff, their ad revenue still went berserk, right?
And their revenue was expected at 17.33 billion, came in at 18.69, so they beat it by over $1 billion
Holy shit.
on the revenue. Yeah.
What is that little boy doing? Zucky. You looked at him today, looked at him in the screen. He always looks so nervous, right? He
Yeah.
always looks so nervous when he's talking and this and that. And these senators, bunch of idiots like asking stupid questions. Like I
Great
said.
management. Great management though. Great, like him and Sheryl Sandberg. Great.
Right.
For
And one of the things I
shareholders.
like about Facebook, like they said a couple of, like 2 months ago, they're not going
Yeah.
to go into the business of censoring free speech, right? We like that, right? Because we want people to just express their opinions as long as it's not like really, really crazy. Let them do what they want, right? We agree on that, right? All of you
Yeah,
guys
and
agree on that?
yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
They're one of the few places
Wow. Is that your phone? I'm sorry. Can you hear us, Paul?
Oh yeah, is it better now? Okay.
Yeah, it's better right now.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
All the way up in Canada,
yeah,
northern
long
Canada,
distance.
almost
Yeah.
long distance. Yeah, go ahead, sir. Yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
so they're one of the few online, like the social media platforms that are they might be the only one actually that are doing the political ads. So they're
Yes.
cornering the market there, and they also have a massive share buyback program, and they have billions of dollars allocated for that.
Love it. Guys, did you hear all that? That's the fundamental view of a technical thing that I'm showing you. Okay, so that's Facebook. So Paul thinks Facebook will be 280 by September. He's got the September called. Short term, I believe the stock, it's already here. 249.43 was my line. The stock is at 249 right now after hours. So I believe it's going to bust a move big time. Now, let's talk about Apple. Everyone's like, Apple can send funds, blah, 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 right? Apple sucks. Tim Cook is gay. Oh, I'm just sorry, come on. Mike, are you still here? Is Mr. Harrington still here? No? Okay. Mike sent me a text the other day how important the iPhone was to his life, to his health. What his daughter, who is a very smart lady, probably going to be a senator one of these days. And Mike is from Wisconsin. Really good friend of mine. And a great member. And he sent me this whole text on why the iPhone was so amazing. And I'm thinking to myself, I can keep my members alerted as I'm dealing with my family stuff off my iPhones, my 8 Plus and my XX Max. I don't even have the iPhone 11. Can anyone tell me why I didn't buy the iPhone 11?
You don't take pictures with it.
No, I'm waiting for the 5G iPhones, Mike. I'm waiting for the new ones coming up in September. I do take a lot of pictures. I have great pictures. Dogs, cats, beautiful woman. I'm just kidding. All right. So I do have a lot of pictures, but I'm waiting for the iPhone 5G, which are going to be beautiful, beautiful. So on that note, can I say one thing like I always say, and people are like, this guy is a nut? Dump your freaking Samsungs and buy an iPhone. And Mike is here. And Mike, by the way, I really, really enjoyed your text when you wrote that whole thing about the iPhone and how it is so useful to your life and everybody else. So I really appreciate that, Mike. Okay, so look at Apple. That's a short-term picture. This was Apple today at 2 o'clock. This was Apple today at the close. This is Apple right now, 384 to 410. And I bought a few calls. They're going to be up big. Now, I knew why Apple was going to go higher. What happened to Qualcomm? Hello, told you guys to buy it. Like, really, hello? Wake up. Yesterday, around 2 o'clock. See you later. Qualcomm went from 93 to 108. The calls went berserk. I don't even have time to put these things up. Go to my Instagram channel. Before I go to bed, I'm going to post those charts, the options charts. 4 to 11, 4 to 12, 4 to 10. Trading is not a spectator sport, ladies and gentlemen. And everyone, please welcome Elijah to our group.
Hey, Elijah.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi. Thank you.
And he's a great guy. I spoke to him earlier. Solid guy. He's going to learn. He's going to make money. Eisenberg is here. Love it. So, Qualcomm. When Qualcomm says that they are moving along with 5G, even though with Huawei, which I could never pronounce the name because I also say Huawei, you know, the company that we want to ban, that's political stuff. I don't care. Qualcomm did this. And when Qorvo did this, which is a major Apple supplier, I said, yeah, Apple's going to be fine. This was yesterday. Qorvo told you guys to buy it around like 2, 3 in the thing, the ER trades. This one also went nuts. From 115, you could have sold it in the morning, Thursday. Today's Thursday at 124. After hours, if you had a few common, you could have sold it at 130, and it went to 130. Trading is not a spectator sport, ladies and gentlemen. Please. I wasn't feeling too good 3 days ago, but I knew what the markets were going to do. Why? Because I trade my charts. Told you guys that pattern symmetry is going to bounce. 570 points today down, and we had like literally like 12 winners. Look at another one that I gave you guys. UCTT, I believe. Ultra Clean Holdings. That's not the maid that comes cleans your house. This is a stock. Told you guys to buy it. Another one that went from 160 to $6 on options between Wednesday and Thursday. And I don't bullshit. Go look at my Twitter feed. Huge. Now, do I ever trade this chart? No. But I still think I have some brain, so I went through my list and I said, I'm going to pick this and this and this, and I'm going to put it out there. Overstock.com. I wish I had time to show you the options charts. Then you guys would be like really like throwing up, saying, what the hell did I do? I couldn't have bought one call. One call would have cost maybe $300. You could have taken out 1,100. 10 calls, you'd have taken out 11,000. Overstock. Remember Overstock.com? So here's Wednesday to Thursday. And let me remind you, I am just simply showing you things, and I'm going to pull this in on 1 second. Wrong screen. I'm just showing you things that I told you guys to buy. Okay? So nobody can come to me and say, oh, you're bullshitting around. You didn't tell us to get into that. So Overstock, what the hell did that stock do? This was sick. I sold most of my stuff a little bit too early, but it was still beautiful. With markets down 500, I better sell early, but then they went higher. So this is what Overstock did between yesterday and today. Somebody please mute the microphone. They sound like they're surfing in Hawaii or wherever. So here's Wednesday. Wednesday. Remember Wednesday? It's called yesterday. Told you guys to buy it around 2 o'clock. 60. I remember. 77. The calls went berserk. I'm going to put all of them in Instagram between tonight and tomorrow. So if anybody of you not following my Instagram channel, well, like I said, go F yourself, because those are where I put the option charts out just to highlight the things we win. Remember, like Donald says, you want to show your winners. You don't want to hide your losers. What am I going to do? Show my losers on Instagram? Come on. What do you think? I'm some kind of pussy? I'm going to show my winners things that I told you guys to buy and we made money on. All right? So, Overstock, berserk. Now, what does Overstock look like on a weekly basis? Remember, a stock test doesn't go up and say, oh, okay, fine, I'm going to go down a lot. Overstock's going to 90. Look at that chart. Where was I at $2.53 on March? I'm a loser. I'm a big-time loser because I never even looked at this stock. It's from 2 to 76. Can somebody tell me what kind of percentage that is on a common stock from 3 to 76? Please, please, please.
25%. Oh.
Matt, I expect better than that in math from you, okay? 25% my ass. From 3 to 76 to 25%? Come on. Can somebody else step up and tell me when a stock goes from 3 to 76, what is the percentage move?
2,400.
Exactly. Come on, guys. You guys are supposed to be traders. You can't give me a simple answer like that? 2,500%. You could have put 3,000 here. I didn't. So I'm a big loser on this, even though I made money on it today. You could have put 3,000 and taken out $76,000 since March. You could have put 10,000 bucks and taken out $210,000. Overstock, and it's still going higher. And people can still do percentages. God bless America. Go, go, go. Yeah, let's go to the rallies and wave the flags, not wear masks and die. Okay? Come on. Let me show you another stock that we made money on this week. Stamp.com. Look at this chart. The stock is going to 300, 285 at least. Look at this chart. What are charts? Can somebody tell me why charts are so important to trading? What is it showing you? Can somebody tell me, please? Why are charts important? What are they signifying? What are the candles signifying?
The roads to navigate.
I'm sorry, what?
The roads to navigate on the trade?
Bullshit. What are the candles telling you? Why do stocks go up?
Money coming in.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Keep it simple, stupid. The KISS principle. Every candle is telling you how many millions or billions that is going into that stock. Every candle is a measure of money flow. Exactly. So get with it, guys. You guys are smart people. So don't think you're stupid. Every candle is telling you whether money is flowing in or money is flowing out. Do you guys understand that?
Yes.
Tell me any other service who teaches you some basic principles like I do. I don't really care about other services, I don't even care about my service. I just care about my own trading book. But I care about you guys a little bit, not that much. I care about the guys who are like hungry. Those guys I care about. I don't care about the guys who are like, yeah. I don't like excuses. Every candle is telling you how much money is going in hardcore. And my charts, the way I structure it, a pattern completion is 285 and a massive move up is 385. Now, what's the other sexy part of stamp.com that I put out on my Twitter feed? Can anyone remember the comment that I put out there?
Shopify might buy them.
Exactly. And that's the reason I could sell my calls, one of my series of calls, which were almost zero. That went from 20 cents to almost $1.50. That's the beauty about options trading. Okay, exactly. Shopify might buy them. And the reason they might buy them, because every Shopify customer is a small business primarily. And they need immediate postage and shipping. So stamp.com can do that for them. And I saw that when it came out of Citron, the short firm, and they're long on Shopify. On Stamp. I'm like, wow. I knew stamps.com from 2 years ago. I haven't traded for a long time. Put this on your radar. Paul, what other stock would you like to look at from a big cap standpoint? NVIDIA?
Well, thanks for asking. Thanks for asking, and thanks, by the way, on behalf of everyone for hosting this emergency webinar. It's great.
Honestly, I didn't want to do it because I just want to have a couple of drinks and just fall asleep. But I needed to really push it hard, like what was going on today, and given the fact that you are a big cap tech guy, this is Apple. I just wanted to do it. Yeah, no problem. No problem with thanks. I'm just trying to help people. Okay, go ahead. Because this is a big turning point in the market, by the way. Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, I love that perspective because I feel the same way. And you mentioned that to me when we were talking earlier today about you felt like there's like a shift happening, right? Like something's happening here.
This is a major fucking shift, okay? This is like telling the friggin' bears, tech rules. The biggest growth engine in America is high tech. That's the reason why Sundar Pichai, who runs Google, who looks like your skinny guy at a 7-Eleven store, is like saying, hi, what cigarette do you want? Okay. Makes goddamn $30 billion a year and can buy you and your whole goddamn neighborhood and your country in one go because he's a smart fucker. That's why tech rules. That's why Elon Musk, who goes nuts on a radio show or on the analyst, can say, F you, I don't care, this is where I'm going. That's what makes America great. Somebody's like, oh, he's so racist. He called Sundar Pichai a 7-Eleven thing. But that's exactly what it is. You guys all think you're all good looking like brown, white boys, right? Look at him. The guy came from India with nothing in his pocket. And look at where he is right now. Why? Because America loves brains. Fuck the politicians. America runs on business. Okay, like Jeff Bezos said, he was a frigging almost an orphan. His mother had him when he was 17, and he was adopted by a Cuban father. He doesn't even know who his frigging father is, which he does. And did you know that Stephen Jobs' father was Syrian? Did you guys know that? Did any of you know that? That Stephen Jobs, the man who founded Apple, his father was Syrian?
No?
Yeah, and he still
Yeah.
lives in California. Exactly. Yes, his father was Syrian. All right? And we piss on all cultures and say, oh, these people are bad, blah, blah, blah. He's basically a Muslim. His father is Syrian. All right? That's what makes America great. I know all this shit. Google it. His father's still there. And Stephen Jobs, God bless his soul, that he passed away. What a great man. Tim Cook, he's gay, for God's sake. And then people are pissing on LGBT rights and all that stuff. That's what makes America great. All right? So wake up, smell the coffee. Technology rules. So I'm going to show you Paul's favorite chart, which is the QQQ, and where it can go right now. People are like, this guy Frank is kind of nuts. Yeah, I am not nuts. I am very focused because I am not. I'm doing well, but I am not reaching my potential given the type of trades that I'm putting across. It's called peak performance. That's the way I put my cat's picture up there. Dastan's not happy with daddy's performance. So I would put this. Wow, blowing out all the lines. It's like going well above. I'm going to do a Fibonacci retracement. Screw all these lines. Are you guys with me so far?
With you.
Keep going, brother.
Okay. Did you guys learn something about Stephen Jobs, the man who changed the world on Apple? And who his dad was?
Yep.
So next time you see like a Syrian refugee or whatever, don't spit on them. Thank them because his father was Syrian. Exactly. That's why America is not, in my opinion, a racist country, even though there's parts of it that are racist. Okay? Exactly. And somebody wants to talk to me about that, feel free to call me sometime. All right. So when people piss on immigrants and tell us that, tell everybody that they are the cause of America's demise, I say, fuck you. All right? Exactly. That's my opinion. All right, let's get my Fibonacci, baby. Where's the Fibonacci thing?
And Frank, just while you're drawing that, the
Hold on one second. Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
QQQs are 266 after hours.
Obviously, Apple. Beautiful. Beautiful. Where is... Oh, there we go. This is called a Fibonacci retracement. A Fibonacci thing, which was devised by a great Italian mathematician, please look it up on Investopedia, is very, very accurate on a longer term basis when you're looking at the time frames. Okay, so what is this telling us? This is what it's telling us. Okay, and it will happen. Apple is going to go to $300. There is nothing in this weekly picture aside from minor red candles here and there. Despite all the negative garbage you hear from the idiots, Wall Street analysts coming up there, and I'm not going to even name names. Oh, Apple's losing share here. Nobody's buying Apple. Apple sales in China were up 225%. right after they opened their stores. And that came out last night. I posted it. Okay? I can't wait to buy the new Apple 5G phones. And all of you, I shouldn't say idiots, but all of you morons, oops, I shouldn't even say that. All of you silly people who are using Samsung phones, dump it, buy the new Apples, iPhones. Okay? September. So the Fibonacci retracement says 295.1. That is called an extreme retracement. And in the meantime, Apple can come down to 251. And after hours, Apple is at 4. Oh, I'm showing you. Shit. I must be losing my head. Okay. I was showing Apple. Let me just do
But actually,
Apple.
if Frank, just on your QQQs there, there's a GAN fan that runs intersects the weekly GAN fan at 297 on the 24th, the week of the 24th.
Already now?
Wow. Somebody in the back said, yes, I agree. Whoever that was, that one of your kids?
That's my son, yeah.
Your son. What's his name?
His name is Ace.
Ace. He is an ace. I love it. I love it. I love it. So yeah. So QQQs are going to 295. And right now, QQQ after hours, how much is it?
266.
So it's right there, close to 269. Major breakout coming. Major breakout coming. And let's look at Apple. And then we'll look at Tesla. Okay. So Apple, I'm going to do the same thing. Are you guys with us so far?
Yes.
With you.
Yeah. Sorry, in our webinars, we get kind of passionate. You listen to other webinars, other services you follow, they don't get that passionate. They don't tell you where Stephen Jobs came from or, that Tim Cook is gay, like all that stuff. They're all very polite. Well, we're not polite, okay? We're direct. We love this country. We want this country to be rich, prosperous, and everyone to make money. And specifically, people who believe in the US stock markets. And people who don't believe in the US stock markets, well, they should just give up their passports and go away. That's my opinion. Because the US stock markets are what drives America. Okay, that's my theory. People say, oh, the stock market is a dangerous place. Yeah, so is you walking out the next morning before some drunk guy hits your car. Okay, of course it's dangerous because you don't know what it's all about. And we like that. We like people. That's why there's $5 trillion worth of cash sitting on the sidelines. And that's why your neighbors are not excited about the stock market. That's why they're not part of Clueless 8 trading. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
Exactly. Anybody excited about the stock market? I don't think so. I don't see anybody when I'm walking my dogs and stuff, and my great neighbors, they're like, oh, I'm really hot about the market. Hey, Frank, what do you think? What stock? No. Even that CFO of the company who's my neighbor is not excited about the stock market. He just took half his money, which is probably a lot, to put it into fixed income bonds. I'm like, oh, that's exciting. Fixed income to earn what? 2%? While you can make 40% on a stock or 10% on a stock or 100% on an option. But no, he thinks the stock market's frothy. Frothy my ass.
Yeah, Frank, like that notice you sent out earlier today that 20% of people in the market right now are bulls, and it's super low.
Well,
it's like
the reason I sent it because you sent it to me, my friend, and did everyone look at it? The one that Paul sent me, and it was amazing, and I sent it out. Did you guys see that about the bullish bearish sentiment?
Yep.
And it's as low as the Christmas Eve massacre type time frame. Like that's how bearish it is.
Shit, that is crazy. There's so much fear out there. I gotta love it. Hey, look, I'm scared. I'm stressed all the time. But that's like wild. That is crazy. That they are as scared as they were on December 19th, December 24th.
18.
18. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, that's all I got to say. All right, Apple. So what is Apple's? This is Apple's breakout. Are you guys with me so far?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
This is Apple's. Don't call me sir. Last I checked, the Queen of England didn't knight me the knighthood. Hello, Sir Frank. How are you? Would you like to walk over to me so I can put my sword over your head, right? And knight you, sir. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Yes. Thank you very much for calling me sir. All right. So look, this was the breakout. That's the reason how you draw Fibonacci things right there. That was 328. Right now, we're in the zone here. And these idiotic fund managers are still saying, oh, Apple's phone sucks. Then go buy a Samsung, Samsung, Android bullshit. Stock's going to 450. And it's going to happen, in my opinion, as long as the U.S. economy recovers this year. What more can I say? You can buy, like Paul does, long-dated options, September, October. November is going to be tricky because elections and, whatever happens. But September is good.
Frank, what are your?
I try to buy more like 2 or 3 weeks out, a month out. Just 1 second, Paul. So I'd buy the 400 calls. I buy the 400 calls. Well, I already have the calls because it's at 410 right now. It's already here. Are any of you guys, did any of you guys buy anything on Apple? Just asking. Because I want a lot of no's. That means the stock's going higher. I can't hear anybody. I just heard a big Hawaiian wave. Please, somebody coming in with that loud noise coming in the back. Like, did anybody buy Apple?
I just got comments stocks.
Good, good. Who's that? Elijah?
We're not here.
I'm sorry. Who was that? Who said they have
Vinod
comments?
Frank.
Oh, Vinod. That's fine. Already you're in it. Now, what's going to happen with Wall Street? They're going to be forced to raise the price target because their numbers were so goddamn good. And I have no idea about the numbers. I'm telling you straight out because I didn't have time to look at it. So now they're going to raise the numbers, 450, 500, blah, 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 blah. You got it? Because the analysts are called analysts, like anal, right? Like really like fingers up their butt, all right? They don't know what they're doing most of the times. And now that the numbers are so good, what are they going to do? They want to keep their job. So they're like, oh, and let's raise Apple to 450, whatever. So yes, the stock will vacillate a little bit, couple of points, but then it's going to go higher. Apple will go higher till September. Why? That's what the normal trajectory for Apple is. Can somebody tell me why?
New iPhones.
Yes, exactly, Paul. Apple always goes higher into their new iPhone launches, then the stock pulls back. Because the excitement for the new iPhones, I am excited for the new 5G phones. I can't wait. And I want Apple to bring a friggin' bigger screen than my XX Max. I want a bigger screen than the goddamn Samsung. Because Samsung does have beautiful phones, by the way. You know, their phones are big screen. They have the flip thing that opens up, like all kinds of things. The only thing they don't do is make coffee, all right? Or give you a donut. So I need Apple to bring bigger screens, 5G, boom, gone. Stock will be 500. Believe me, I'm serious. That's what's going to happen.
Also, Frank, with that stock split, like it's a net neutral move, but I think actually it'll create a lot of excitement for owning the stock.
Now, what is this stock split rumor? Do you guys, by the way, new members? We're going to wrap this up very soon. Wow, 10:51. Wow.
Frank, it's official.
What is this stock split rumor that's going around?
Not a rumor. It's official. They announced they're splitting 4 for 1. So the $400 stock is going to be worth $100, and you'll get 4 shares.
Hold on a minute. This is where I become very dumb. Are you guys all listening what Paul is saying?
Yep.
Do you guys realize what the fuck you're missing? And that you can buy the stock tomorrow and almost guaranteed to make money. The stock is splitting 4-1. Does anyone understand what a stock split is? And if somebody doesn't, please stand up because we're giving money in your pocket right now.
I don't.
A stock split means its Apple is 409, it splits 4-1. The stock will be $100 stock. That means people can afford to buy it and run the stock price higher. Do you understand what I just said?
Yes.
Exactly. Most Americans cannot buy an Amazon. You buy one share. How much does one share of Amazon cost right now?
3,200 something. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like whoopee, one share. I own one share of Amazon. Great. How about saying Amazon splits 10-1? If Amazon splits 10-1, the stock will be worth $320. It's not going to change the whole fundamentals of the business, but it's going to make it more affordable for an average person to buy. How many people can afford to buy Tesla? Nobody. You buy one share, it's 1,500 friggin' bucks. How about Tesla splits 4-1 or 10-1? What if Tesla splits 10-1? 150. Companies back in the 90s used to use this as a measure to get more investors. Why do you think the options are so freaking expensive on these things? Because they are high price stocks. Okay? Booking.com is $1,700 almost. That's Priceline. They never split this stock. They're never going to split this stock. They follow the Warren Buffett rule. Okay? Berkshire Hathaway never split their stock. So you're telling me, Paul, and thank you so much for enlightening me tonight, that Apple has officially announced they're going to split their stock 4-1?
That's correct, and it takes effect August 31st.
Ah, yes! Everybody put up their hands and say, thank you, Tim King Cook. August 31st. Guys,
Just
the
in
stock,
time for the new phone.
the stock is gone. There's nothing to think about. I'm going nuts on Apple tomorrow. I mean, I already have some. That's it. What more do you need? Paul, you just made my night, man. You just made my night.
You make my night too.
Now, fucking everybody, just thank Paul for giving us this information because I wasn't sure if it was a rumor or not. But my friend Paul B from Canada just made all you guys richer. If you don't buy Apple, you're stupid. If you don't dump your Samsung, you're stupid. Well, obviously you're stupid if you're still using a Samsung, but great news! So this 450, you're going to see it very soon, my friend. On that note, I got to get my beauty sleep. I love you all. Let's trade smart. Stop being scared. The markets are going to go higher. And last thing I'm going to show you is the market. And if you're scared of what America is doing, okay, be scared. We have a lot of problems. But you know what the best thing about America is? And Canada? Is we always have our problems, but we always fix it at the end. We love to fix things right at the end. This whole stimulus bill, oh, it's not going to pass. McConnell's saying this and that, which I agree with. They should have liability protection. This and that, all going to be fine. And the market is going to go to 3,400 and higher. Okay? So while in the meantime, we go to bed like all scared of the market, like, oh my God, we were down 500 points. And Frank said we're going to bounce from there. And it did exactly what I said. Nothing in the long-term charts changed. Can you look at this chart, guys, off my screen and tell me if you see any sort of major, let me just clean this up a little bit. Do you see anything from a technical standpoint that looks bad? And I know you guys know how to read charts. Well, most of you do. Anything here in these lines which are like really pointing down and saying, oh my God, it's all over? I'm going to go straight down the line. Ed, do you see anything here which says there's major technical damage on the weekly charts, which means going into August?
No, but nope. The McClellan is a little bit down, but that's minor.
McLaren oscillate is a little bit down, and you're dead right, and that is minor, and we are watching that, but the rest of the momentum indicators are all shooting higher, right? So
Right.
next, Elijah, somebody who's new. When you look at this chart, within the first 5 seconds, does it look like it's like a horrible chart? I just asked you a question, Elijah.
Sorry,
Elijah,
Frank, what was that? Yeah.
wake up. I just asked you a question. I don't have all night, okay? When you look at this chart, no, I'm not kidding, all right? When I look at this chart, does this chart look like it is completely breaking down and everything is going to hell in a handbasket, or does it look like it's going higher?
Going
And
higher.
just give your own opinion, not for my happiness, for your happiness. Like, what does it look like?
It's going higher. It's following the trend line.
Exactly. Luis. Mr. Sanchez, I asked you a question. Does this chart look like it's all breaking down and it's all over? Luis? I hate it when I ask people a question, nobody answers. All right. Matt.
No.
No, what is that? Yeah. I asked you a question. Does it look like it's going higher or lower?
Higher.
Okay. Mike. H. Mr. Harrington, does it look
It's going higher.
like I'm talking overall picture, not talking day to day, but overall. Okay. Paul. Well, Paul already knows. Mr. RA. What does it look like?
Hey, Frank, it's going up. Higher.
And this is where I think where the real selling comes in. You see this gap? This gap was on this is a weekly chart. So it's February 17th, and that's why I have the dotted lines. You see this thing here? This is where the market broke. So at this point, this is called a supply zone, a gap fill. At this point, there has to be some selling, has to be, between February 17th and February 24th. Red line, what do you think?
I think it's going up.
Straight towards this gap, right? This gap right here?
Correct.
Exactly. That's what I think. So the gap is not too far away, so we have to be careful. Ricardo, same story?
Yep, I agree with everyone.
Okay. Simon, Mr. Hua?
Yes. Comes there.
Yeah. So basically, I'm watching the gap. So this gap is where we went on July 20th, and then we backed off. So this gap is something we have to watch for. So 32.89, so that's another 40 points. So I'm basically saying like another 300 points, and then we have to be careful. And if it goes to the upper gap, great. But this is the gap that needs to be filled. Lower gap is formidable resistance. What does that mean in simple English? Selling comes in. It came in here on June 8th. It came in here on July 20th. Vinod, do you agree?
Yep. Right.
Okay, so that's, basically it.
Hey, Frank.
Yeah, go ahead.
One last thing. I believe Boeing bottomed today. Do you have time to look at that one?
Of course, I'm going to show you the VIX first, by the way. Everybody knows what the VIX is, right? If somebody doesn't know what the VIX is, please ask me so I can explain. Does everyone understand what the VIX is?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, anybody who doesn't, Elijah, somebody new, like, do you guys understand what the VIX is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The VIX is the exact opposite of what the market's going to do. That's the simplest way of explaining it, the volatility index. So when the VIX got up to where I had shown, okay, I can put the whole picture in this screen. But when the VIX got up to where it reached a peak, which was on July 24th, just a couple of days ago, right there, the selling came in. When I see the VIX with the red candles, somebody new answer me. What does that mean for the market?
Going up.
Going up. Exactly. Going up. And when the VIX is doing this, I don't like it because I'm mostly on the long side. My positions are down. Well, the ones that I bought recently, and I'm just like, F you, the VIX. I want you to like frigging slam down. I call it slam down VIX. And then when it happens, what happens to my face? I smile because my profits are going up on the other side. Now, as a tactical trader, you don't need to be totally scared. You have to watch the range. The range for the VIX is 2862 and 24. Once it gets down there, almost 100% of the time, the VIX will bounce. What does that mean for the market?
Go down.
Exactly. Now, why is this helpful? Because then you can manage your position on the side. If you're up on something nicely, you don't want to get too greedy. I'm not talking about like a blink type of thing. It doesn't give a crap about the VIX, all right? But I'm talking the general market. Then you can rest assured that you need to get out or reduce your positions. If you have 2 calls, have 1. If you have 4 calls, have 2. So VIX generally, there's a gap fill here at 2420. And let's see if it fills that. If it fills that by tomorrow, then I can assure you that you will get a quick intraday pullback within 24 hours into Monday. All right? So that's the VIX. Now, this is the short-term trading picture. Are you guys with me so far?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, how about looking at it from a slightly, remember, we're looking at a 1-hour VIX. That's like day trader stuff. Let's zoom back a little bit. Okay, let's zoom back a little bit and look at the Vix Daily. The Vix Daily looks like crap. Okay, there is no indication of any major spike. But the difference between the Vix and other stock charts are the Vix can move very fast, very quick overnight. That's why we always have the TVIXY, which I sold from 86 that I told you guys to buy it 2 days ago. I sold it. I have a little bit left at 98. That's 12 points on the money. You guys can do that too. You can buy 10 shares. You can buy 100 shares, whatever, your account allows you. You can do that. I love trading the TVXY. It is on steroids. When the market pulls back, it runs. I sold it at 98. It actually went up to 101. Big deal. I don't care. That is called hedging or insurance. You guys understand that, right? Now, you can do that with many other asset things. You can buy the VIX calls. You can buy SPY puts. You can buy all kinds of other instruments that are short the market. So my very precise chart here tells me, and I'm going to zoom in here, forget the top. Look at this. We went up. When we were up here today, and this is exactly where the VIX turned on the 20th, on the 24th of July. I want you guys to become like really technically oriented. See how the VIX turned right exactly at that level? Do you guys see this?
Yes.
Do you guys see it? Remember, I'm a visual trader. If you don't see, you're going to lose money.
Yeah, it looks like it filled the gap and then it turned down.
Well, there's no gap here, to be honest with you. But it basically hit that level on the 20th, 24th, and then, and these things are still trending down, the internals, pretty much. So what I want to explain to you guys is very simple. I'm not trying to make you guys some PhD in technical analysis and all that stuff. I'm just trying to tell you the way my method works, and it works damn well. Nobody calls the markets like I do. Nobody tells you guys the market is going to turn. It's right there on the 20 feet. The market turned in 5 minutes after that because I saw the candles, saw the VIX, and I said, you know what? There's a high probability the market is going to turn. I don't want you guys to be PhDs on that stuff. I just want you to frigging understand the charts I'm putting across. So even if you understand 20% of it, you're going to be fine. If you don't understand anything I'm putting on my charts, you're going to lose money like no one's business, like you have been for years. All right? Exactly. I'm being truthful. I'm just sharing my experience. I've lost a lot of money years ago when I didn't know what the hell the markets were doing, even though I knew the market, even though I worked on Wall Street. Now I know. Now I know. For many years, as I got better and better and better, I know how the markets work inside out. Am I going to be right on the market every single day? Nope. Am I right on the market overall? Absolutely. Am I right on most stocks most of the times? Yes. Question is, are you? Like I said on my broadcast, I'm doing my job. Are you doing yours? Now you need to learn. You're going to learn from these type of webinars. You need to take the next step. Sign up for the advanced coaching sessions, because America is not about welfare. America is about learning. So if you want to learn, pay a little bit of money. That money doesn't make me rich. Those 5-pack group sessions. I said, like, actually, I should like raise the thing, because it takes a lot of my time on the weekends to do it, because I got a life. Okay, so that's all I got to say. So the VIX switched around. That's an inverted hammer. Okay, and the inverted hammer is going somewhere around 23.41. These are such precise charts. You could print them and sell them to your other trading services that you guys follow. All right, because right when it hits here, the VIX is going to bounce, and that's going to happen in a couple of days, depending on, like I said, we have another 400 points to go, and we go from there. The last thing I'm going to show you is the VIX on the longer term. And it says the markets are going higher. Okay? Right there. And like I always say, and I love this chart. This is one that I created. Like I say, this should be at the Museum of Modern Art, at the Guggenheim. All right? Not the Met, that's classical paintings, but Museum of Modern Art and Guggenheim. Look at this. Eventually, the VIX is, the internals are going to go to 5, and the VIX is going to go to 19, and everybody's going to be all happy. Then the markets are going to fall 3,000 points. Believe me, it's going to happen. When is it going to happen? Probably in the September going into early October. So now you know.
So August is good, Frank?
I think August is good. Yes, you're gonna get the slap down here and there.
Yeah.
But I think August is good. Yes, I do.
And don't forget Boeing, please, Frank.
Oh, Boeing. Yes. Let's take a look at Boeing on my other chart. Hold on, guys. Do you have any questions? Because we're talking some serious business. All right. So if you're serious about making money and not staying poor when it comes to this type of business, please feel free to ask questions. I'm not here in the business to make you rich, but please ask questions. Any questions?
Hey, Frank, what would you do with the July 31st calls?
July 31st calls on what?
Certain stocks, what would you do with them? Would you roll them over into August? Or?
Absolutely. You should have done that a couple of days ago. July 31st is tomorrow. Absolutely. And some of them that are going to expire worthless, you like I said, most of them you should have gone into August 7th or August 21st. I have July 31st on Regeneron, and stuff, and I think I'm going to lose money on that stuff. But yeah, absolutely. You don't wait around till the last minute. However, sometimes July 31st can be the last day of the month, can be a huge update, which is shaping out to be right now, but we shall see. But if you have most of your money on July 31st, I'm sorry to say, you're toast. Just letting you know, if you have most of your money for July 31st, expecting a miracle to happen by tomorrow on multiple positions, because most of them I have mentioned quite a few times, I've rolled them over. But if you have most of your money for July 31st, I am really sorry to say you're done. And I'm sorry to say that. And who was that?
Red line.
Okay. You have most of your money for tomorrow, July 31st?
No, a few.
Okay. If you have most of your money, you're done. Unless we have a huge day and some of the positions like go way up. It happens. So I'm sorry to say, I'm straightforward. Okay. You always have to know, like when you're approaching that strike deadline, if you're down on something, okay, you say, okay, am I going to take what I have? Am I going to push it out a couple of weeks forward? I mentioned that on multiple webinars. And that's why I say these advanced coaching sessions are critical, because I explain all this stuff. I can explain the whole mechanics of how to manage your account. I'm not talking you, Redline, but in general for everybody on my Twitter feed, on my thing. That's not my business. My business is to suggest ideas, and you got to figure out what you got to do with it. The management part is critical. If you have a lot of money for tomorrow, I'm sorry to say you're going to get blown out unless those stocks go up. Sorry to give you the bad news. Okay, so that's just the way it works. July 31st is tomorrow, my friend. All right, so Boeing. So Boeing basically, Paul, is basing. All right, and the stock was up nicely after the earnings, and right now, if you look at the markers, we are in extreme oversold positions. Now, what am I looking at? Boeing can actually fill this gap at 142. Will it do that? I don't think so personally. I have Boeing. I have August 21st. And I believe that Boeing is not only going to survive, I believe the stock is going to do quite well. That's just my feeling based on everything that I know.
Frank,
Boeing
what's
had
your strike?
my strikes are generally in the 180, 185 range.
I got the 205. Do you think I have a chance?
I think you have a good chance. The way I look at it, Boeing is Boeing basically, you know what a kitchen sink quarter is? Anyone know what that term means?
Yes.
Yeah, I know you'd know that, Mike. A kitchen sink quarter basically is you throw the baby with the bathwater. You're like, okay, I'm done, man. It's like, this is sucks. We're not selling any planes. We're gonna make pizza. We're gonna just join Domino's and put some Boeing logos on it. It's called a kitchen sink quarter. In other words, you put all the bad news in one go. So Boeing did that today. And Boeing is an American institution. So even though I am down on Boeing, this is my long-term play. And this, from a technical standpoint, is what's going to happen. The stock is going to go down maybe a couple of extra bucks, maybe not. The 737 MAX approval from the from what's it called?
FFA.
Yeah, FAA, right? Federal Aviation thing is coming. I believe the stock will maybe slip a little bit like this. This is called a falling wedge, and I believe the stock is going to go straight up after this. This is my trigger. I didn't expect Boeing to, I thought it was going to go from here a couple of days ago. I was wrong. Now that it's bottoming like this, every time the internals bottom, the stock jumps. Every time. Not one single time. Now, these lines have to turn. They might go a little bit lower, but the fast stow and the slow stow are both so extremely oversold. Nobody likes Boeing. Nobody cares about these great airplanes that they build, both for defense industry and for passenger. I believe this is what's going to happen. So even if it goes lower, I'm a buyer of Boeing. Can it hit the gap? I hope not. I don't want the stock to go down to 140. Even if it does, I'll be in there as a buyer. But I'll be buying August 21st, I'll buy September's, and buy time. Does that answer your question, Paul?
Perfect. Thanks.
Yep. And I like this chart. This is a nice falling wedge from a technical standpoint. And I believe the stock can slip and slide a couple of more bucks, and then boom. You're going to, one of those mornings you wake up, like we have many mornings where the FAA and Trump loves the Boeing guy, which is fantastic. This is what's going to happen. While everybody gives up, that's what's called the falling wedge. When everybody gives up and the guys keep on shorting, and then boom, one piece of good news comes out, short squeeze, boom. This is exactly what's going to happen with Boeing. Now, how low can it go? Worst case scenario, 142. Best case scenario, I would say approximately around 158 to, I would say 156 to 160. But it's going to be very quick. It's going to pull back and then coil spring. Coil spring is like when a stock is so Boeing's short position is growing. A lot of hedge funds are shorting Boeing. It's like a spring, and you keep on pushing on the spring, and then boom, it goes up. Happens every single time. All right, guys, it was beautiful. I apologize about my straightforward language, but that's the way I am. God bless you all. The markets are going to be very tricky. I still believe that the markets are going higher. Certain stocks will go a lot higher. Trade management, in my opinion, is 100% critical. 99% of traders, including all of you, don't know how to manage your trades. That's the reason why you lose money even on winning trades. In order to do that, you have to go through especially new members, my introductory videos on the Clueless Ape Trading channel, new member introductory videos. Most importantly, if you really want to survive in this business, just like any other profession, you got to learn. Sign up for the advanced coaching sessions. I spend my time and energy to do it over the weekends, sometimes on weekdays after the market, but generally on Saturday and Sundays in the morning. You want to learn on your own, God bless you, but the markets are so tricky. I believe you're going to lose so much that you won't not only not learn on your own, you'll quit. And that's A-okay with me, because I personally don't care. All right, you're not paying my bills, I'm not paying your bills. But if you really want to learn, take that step to really sign up for the advanced coaching sessions. Just like any other profession, it takes a little bit of time. This is a beautiful business, and beautiful money is being made, as we have shown. But if you don't know how to manage your account, the market's going to take all your money away from you. God bless you all. Good night.
Thanks. Good night.
Anytime, guys.